Hey crafty friends, Jen Cassell here. I am back with a design team tutorial for ScrapDiva Designs. This is going to be the witch shoe jelly bag that was released this month, and I'm going to show you, combined it with the witch hat die, and I did half of a hat on the outside of it. So cute. Really love how this turned out. As always, here's the website and all of her info on the back. Make sure to use that hashtag ScrapDiva Designs for some amazing inspiration. And as always, if I've inspired you in any way, please feel free to use my coupon code JEN10 for 10% off your purchase at the shop. So my second time around, I did this here, and you can see how I did the witch hat. I did a slightly different brim on this one, which I'll go over in the tutorial. I added a couple of bows at the top. We've got the Hocus Pocus and these adorable witch boots from the Witch Bow that came out last October, I believe. And then I did do a little dangle on the back. So if you're interested in seeing how I created this, stay tuned. Let's go over what we're going to need from the two different dies that we're mainly using for this. So from the witch hat die, you're going to want, this is your base. I cut it once in purple and then twice for the stitched layering piece in the hot pink and then the light pink. I've glued those already. And then you'll also want, I cut 4 of these sides. On 2 of them, I glued them to the base. And then I also cut the tabs off the other 2 and then place them on the interior so that I could give the sides of my bag a little extra oomph. You're also going to need 4 of the handles. You're going to see 2 of them here. Everything that I'm showing you, remember that you need double of. I've already put together my other side of the bag. I also cut one of the witch boot layers in purple. I did this in both hot pink and light pink. The light pink is going on the exterior of my bag. The hot pink is going on the interior. And then left over, I've saved the pink layer and backed my black glitter layer with it because you're actually going to see this on the interior and I didn't want the white that backed my glitter paper showing. For the witch hat, you're not going to need all of the components. All you'll need is the cone, 4 layering pieces, and they come 2 to the set, so you need to run this through twice. I've already glued them together with the stitch pieces at the top, leaving this hot pink border at the bottom. And then I also cut, this is from the Heart Circle nesting die, which I have, it's an old fave. I use the medium size for this, and then I also cut a stitched interior. You pretty much just need any circle die that you want, depending upon what size. You can kind of play with it a little bit. On my original, I used an oval die and cut it down. This one, I kind of wanted to try the heart circle and see where it went. And I'm not sure if I'm going to use the buckle yet, but I did cut it. You could also use the trim layer as well, but I have something else planned for this. And then I also cut the Hocus Pocus, and I did that on 2 layers of foam, and I also did the pink glitter in the background for it. The first thing that I'm going to do is glue on the reverse of my back layer. Remember, this is going on the interior of my bag, and I'm just using some Barely Art for this. Barely Art is amazing. I have a coupon code for you if you'd like to try it. It's JENNCASCELL, and I will link it in the description box as well. And I'm gonna run over this with a bone folder. Now let's take our scissors and just trim right underneath that hot pink. I'm also going to add the handle to the interior of my bag. Now let's flip this over and we can add our black glitter, and I'm just going to use Barely Art again for this. I do have my hot glue gun turned on. Now just place upside down inside. Remember, I want this hot pink in the back. And I'm just gonna pull it up in a couple different places. Just because we're working with glitter cardstock, I wanna reinforce it in a couple different places. Now let's add the handle onto our front piece. Okay, now we can grab our front piece and place that on our base, which we have already layered. Do the exact same thing with the other side. Now I'm just kind of using my fingers to manipulate the side here, and I'm going to add some glue to the interior of my tabs. Flip it over onto my work surface, and then just use your bone folder to bring those tabs right along the edge. Do it to the other side as well. Okay, I have it flipped over, and run that bone folder over. And don't worry, we'll go over this with a little bit of hot glue if necessary as well. Okay, now that we have our sides together, we can just place these on top, and those are going to cover up any of the tabs that are poking through. Okay, so I know it takes a lot of extra work to do this many layers, but let me tell you, it's a super quality box. I mean, this isn't going anywhere. So let's move on to the witch hat portion of the bag. As I said before, you're gonna want your cone, and I've glued on 4 strips, and I've left a bit of a gap at the bottom with this hot pink showing. So what I'm going to do is take my scissors, and I'm going to cut right along these lines. And I'm going to just cut this at an angle as well. Make sure that you're really going over your bone folder. Okay. And let's add, I'm going to do hot glue for this. So just run it along the thinner tab. And I'm going to grab my piece of scrap paper and just run that along the edge. Now I'm just going to follow the natural curve of my hat. You can make it a little wider, you could make it a little thinner. I'm going to go right about here on mine. So I'm going to go right about here on mine, and I've got my pencil out, and I'm just going to draw a line right up there. And the same thing for this. I'll just draw a line. Okay. Now grab your scissors. And cut that portion off. Now I'll grab my hot glue one more time. and fold it around. Doesn't have to be perfect. You're not going to see any of this. Okay. Now, as I said, this is what I cut for my brim, and I'm just going to cut this in half. And once again, I just used a piece of scrap paper for this. That's why there's a chunk missing off the side. Waste not, want not. I'm gonna go ahead and add this to my half doily and trim it once again. I'm just going to add this to my base so I can up that sturdiness. Once again, I'm going to use some hot glue for this. Add just a bead of hot glue along the base of your hat. And slide it on. I'm not paying too much attention to the base because I'm actually going to use, I have some festooning in my stash left over that I kind of wanted to use on this. You could do the trim from the hat die. Just make sure that you're cutting off one of these. But I'm going to use this festooning. So cute. Love it. So let me show you some of the things that I pulled for my hat. So we had already talked about the Hocus Pocus from the die set I was thinking about using. I also have one of those fabulous spider webs from the Pumpkin Mini album that I pulled. These are from the Witch bow that was released last year. They'll go like this probably, but I just cut them out of some really thick foam. I used some of that amazing sequin glitter cardstock from 12 by 12. I love this stuff. If you haven't tried their sequin glitter cardstock, this stuff is just so cool. It's so ultra sparkly. And then I added just some fun fur trim to the top of the boot. So cute. I did cut a couple of bows. I'm thinking my bows are probably going to go something like that. I also did a little charm dangle that I'm going to slide on there. I'm really not good at making this, but I really wanted to give it a shot. So it's all right, I guess. I don't know. But then I also pulled a whole bunch of flowers. I've been using the large sakura. This is from the romantic tag, the flowers that come with that. There's also some small sakura in there. I have this cute little kitty that I pulled from my stash. There's some resin over here. I have that buckle just in case. And then I also have some cool holographic leaves over here, some of these pink bones. And then I grabbed some puffy stickers and these are actually nail decals, but they're like skeleton hands. So I thought those could be kind of cool too. But now I'm just going to kind of play and I'll show you what I made. Okay, so here's how she turned out. So cute. Absolutely adorable. Let's take a closer look at the top of my witch's hat. I used some of that amazing holographic cardstock from 12 by 12 for the leaves. So cute. Really bumping up those legs on the thick foam just added that extra oomph. They look really, really cool. Love, 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 love. I added those little skeleton hands to my Hocus Pocus. I popped the spider web behind the Hocus Pocus. The Hocus Pocus is up on 1/4 inch foamies, as you can tell. So cute. And then I popped my dangle on the back because I thought it was getting a little busy. So here's my dangle that I made. A little closer look. I'm really not good at making dangles. I don't know. I'm not very good. Sorry. Best I can do. And then one more quick look at the original. So thank you so much for watching. If I've inspired you in any way, please feel free to use my coupon code JEN10 for 10% off your purchase at the shop. I'll see you at the next crafty video. Bye!